video. Today I brought you along on this adventure with my life as a glider pilot student. Today I'll talk about many stuff about related to gliding and about gliders and how do gliders fly, how do they work. I'm sitting in the Ask 21. That's a two-seat aircraft. As you can see, there's behind me also another seat for another person. We are waiting till this cloud go away, and then we're going to start flying because there is rain. And as you can see behind me, that's the instructor. This aircraft, it's got two seats. One for example, this aircraft we use for student pilots. As me, I'm still not a solo pilot. So we usually use this to train on. I'm gonna talk about myself. At the beginning, I just feel with him on the stick. So I get the feeling of the flying and how it is. And then later, every start, like every takeoff, he let me do a bit of like a little thing so I can learn how to take off, for example. And yeah, so for myself, I've learned to take off self when I had 5 takeoffs, like 5 starts. That's when I started taking off myself, and that's when I started flying in the sky all by myself without instructor helping me. Maybe he's giving me a bit of instructions. Okay, so let's start with the stick. So that's how we fly with. We don't have a yoke, we have a stick. So yeah, and this is the push to talk. That's how we communicate with the air traffic controller or with other aircrafts. And as you can see here, we got the green stick. That's a trim. If I push it all the way forward, then the stick will move forward, and if I pull it back, then the stick will move with it. So instead of me just pulling behind while, for example, taking off, I can just adjust the trim, and then I don't have to keep on pulling and stuff. And that's our aircraft. That's the tow aircraft that will be pulling me soon. Okay, so now let's go ahead to the instruments. As you can see here, we got the altimeter that tells us how high we are, and that's our speed in kilometer per hour, and not in knots. That's what we use mostly in gliders. And here, this is the variometer. That's tell us, for example, if we are in a thermal, then it tells us how much are we climbing per second. Sorry. Yeah, how many meters we're climbing per second. And this is our electric variometer. So if I turn this on and put the volume up, as you can see, you can hear the sound. That's what we hear while we are in the thermal, and that's our tow pilot. Okay, let's turn this off, and that's the G's. Okay, and that's how many G's we are pulling, and that's our compass for sure, and that's our transponder, and that's our radio. So as you can see now here, the transponder is on standby. While we're gonna take off, we're gonna put it on alt, and yeah, but now we put it on standby. Yeah, and let's go to this. If I pull this, then they can attach the rope, the tow aircraft rope, into the glider. So that's how I release it. If I just pull it, then it will release, and if I close it, then it's like closed. So that's open, that's closed. And as you can see here, we got the air brakes, and if you put it all the way back, then that's the brakes for the wheels. So if you look at the wing now, if I pull it a bit, then you see it coming up. Look, the more I pull it, the more brakes I get, air brake. And if I pull it all the way back, then that's the wheels brake. And that's it mostly. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about the rudders. So I got their rudders. That's right, that's left. That's more basically it. Okay, since it's raining now, I'm just sitting in the cockpit so it don't rain on me and I get myself all wet. and we are waiting till this cloud above us to go away, then the rain will go away as well, then we can start flying and we get thermals. But I don't think today is a good thermal weather. Maybe it is, I'm not sure, if the cloud is gone and the sun appears. So let me explain to you how. Thank you all. Okay, so let me explain to you how do gliders fly basically. So there's multiple ways for a glider to take off, like to start. As I told you, it's the tow aircraft that's about to tow me soon after the rain go away. And there's also a winch that it's like a machine with ropes. They put it all the way at the end of the runway, and then they bring the ropes to us, and when we attach it and we are ready to take off, then the machine start pulling us, and it pulls us really fast that in 3 seconds we are airborne. So we keep pulling until we reach the altitude and we are above the winch. Then we release the line, the rope, and then we start flying. And there is also something called bungee takeoff. That's mostly they use it on like mountains. And how do gliders fly? I already talked about how it takes off, but how does it climb in the sky without a motor? When the ground air gets warmed by the sun and the warm air is lighter, so it will start doing like a bubble, and then in a second, in a moment, it will start climbing. And that's how a thermal starts. And mostly from below clouds there's a thermal, because from the warm air it develops to a cloud. So 4, 5, 6, 7, hebben naar voor, naar achter, natural, instrumenten, altimeter op 0, transponder op alt, radius aan, radius als aan, ontkabelaak, 1, 2, air, vol, half, dichte lokt, klein geel voor open. Recht.
Goed, jij vliegt.
Op hotel 80 to 1400 please.
1400 voor de hotel Yankee Papa 80.
Oh, ik heb niet tot 1 keer gezegd. Zo, oeps.
Papa 80, departing to Lions Line.
See the bright and hollow sky over the city.
This is our day basically in a flying gliders. Sometimes you have luck with you and you have a lot of thermals and it's sunshine and not a rainy and cloudy day. But sometimes you also have really windy and rainy days. And this is also good for you, so you can train for your license. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed my adventure and what I'm doing. Like what I'm doing, please drop a like and subscribe and tell me if you want me to do more videos about flying and stuff. And yeah,
I am the passenger.